Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to IRL Season 9 F2T at round number 10 at Hungary. I'm your commentator, IRL Ian, or as Jared Fosbury, and today we are here for some action-packed racing in the F2T between Kevin Harrison and Lewis, both fighting for the Drivers' Championship. And then on the other championship point of view, on the Constructors, they're also fighting for that, with Kevin and Nathan, or Ninja, as a team up in Alfa Romeo, very close in the Constructors still. Could easily be crowned Constructors Champion today. As I believe it sounds a bit too loud, as we will get ready then for the qualifying session, as we have 17 drivers turned up today, which is a decent turnout. We had 18 last week, so see if any more join mid-quali as we get all the settings up and everything like that. And while we wait for drivers to go out on their laps, we will go on the drivers' standings. We see Lewis Bossman then in the lead in the championship with 168 points, with Kevin Harrison in second with 145 points, and he would have been close if he got second place last week at Mexico, but unfortunately that didn't go to plan, and Lewis played his cards right and got a decent result and got first place and the gap he needs to try and win the championship today. Gap's currently 23 points. So, if Lewis just outscores Kevin, or just finishes ahead of him, he's won the championship as long as he scores points. He needs at least to score 4 points to win the championship today, with Kevin getting 0 points. Because then you'll have a 25 point gap, I think, something like that. So, I have to wait and see. McLaren currently out at the pits right now, and that is Mr. Joe Hollis. Joe Hollis then, first one out to begin a lap. I don't know if that was a lock-up then. That's the driver standings, as Ethan, unfortunately, or Eisen I believe, unfortunately is now out of the championship fight as well. He was out of it last week after he got 4th or 5th in the result. So championship time between Kevin and Lewis then, as I said, as Joe Hollis has actually let Kevin go ahead, I believe. It is Kevin, so Kevin then, the first one out on a outlap right now, rushing to get a lap done. Maybe there is wet weather possibly inbound, and it could affect Kevin's lap, as he's in the chicane as we speak, and he now shows how to do sector 2 on an outlap. Mercedes then, in the lead of the championship in the Constructors with 174 points. They have a 14-point lead over Alfa Romeo, who in second, Kevin Harrison and Nathan Carr. Kevin Harrison has been doing a lot of the work lately, same with Lewis though. However, it could change today with both drivers having their teammates here, so it could be a nice, interesting fight. And it'll also be a nice, interesting fight for third place, because that still hasn't finished yet between Williams, Renault and AlphaTauri. Very interesting who gets third out of them three. However then, we'll go on board with Kevin then, as he comes around the final corner to begin his flying lap. Down the straight he goes then. Into turn 1 then he goes, up to 4th from short shifting. Gets an okay exit, takes the shortest route possible now. Coming into turn 2. Takes third gear around, goes up to 4th for the traction to try and get a good exit for turn 3. Nice and tidy there. Let's see what his first sector time is. I'm expecting at least a 25, and it's a 26.2 there, so he won't be that really happy with it, as he doesn't invalidate there. Very good indeed with a fast right-hander, very tricky and very easy to make a mistake. That's Kevin then. Now in the S's, left and right. Nice and tidy exit now. That's the Red Bull off there. I believe that could have been Sondra Sohaug, as he's just about to finish sector 2. He does a 52.3. Don't know if that's good or not, as no pole time has been set since he will be the first. Kevin then, around the final couple of corners. Nice and tidy there. Rear end doesn't kick out or anything. He has been practicing a lot. Will he be able to perform? And his first flying lap is a 1:13.5. That's pretty decent. I've seen him do better laps than that, but he will be happy with that, as I believe that's RJD on an out lap. What about Joe Hollis? Joe Hollis coming to the line. He goes second place with a 14 flat, 5/10 there off Kevin Harrison. As the next up is a Williams driver. I believe that is Lee Kelly. It was Lee Kelly, just missed him. as Eric is invalidated. Lee moves to third with 14.6 on mediums, almost a second difference, as Lewis is currently on a lap on medium tyres right now, but he's actually backed off. On board Paco Suarez then, he's also invalidated. Got a lot of people invalidating then. Louis decides to peel in the pits. Oh, that's now for me, or was that Ferrari? That is Fleddy then, who's actually finishing his lap. Round the final corner then, he's coming to the line. And it's second with a 13.605. He will be happy with that, and possibly a good result for him today if he can get a good start. As both Haas drivers now peeled into the pits. Mindful then, he's next up to finish his flying lap as Lewis goes 6th currently with 18.3 on medium tyres. I guarantee that's a banker. Langfell goes 6th quickest with a 14.8. Just as about to go on board with the AlphaTauri driver, he goes into 5th place with a 14.3 now. He will be happy with that. Next up is the Bohal, Sandro Sohal, currently in Sector 2. He's actually backed off his lap altogether, so I don't know if he's going to do another run. Well then, will Sohal do another lap? No, he comes into the pits, so he wasn't happy with that run and wanted to save the tyres. Energy Zeus then, currently the only one on a proper lap. In the chicane then, into 4th gear he goes, avoids the high bump to the curb. Back into the S section now he goes. Nice and tidy, doesn't invalidate. Got to get this lined up perfectly to get a good run. Gets decent exit, doesn't run wide to exceed track limits. Gets a bit on the grass there, but that's probably going to cost him a couple hundreds at least, as he just keeps it within track limits there. Now into the hairpin corners. Oh, and he's off. Goes round there, too much throttle, and I think that was just him going in 4th. Oh, he reset the track. Hopefully he doesn't do that in the actual race, or in qualifying in front of anyone, because if he does, he will receive a 5-second penalty. If he doesn't qualify, obviously qualifying for next week, but he goes 9th. With a 19.5, which probably would have been good on, like, I don't know, 1990 probably. As there's a Ferrari now leaving the pit lane. No, he's on Flyers laps yet. I believe Jack Yates is the first driver on an out lap. Is it? It is Jack Yates. Jack Yates then, who is in the Haas. Going around the final corner now. And down the road he goes then. So, here's the final lap, is beginning. He hasn't set a lap time yet, so if he has tried to, he's invalidated. As with the purple helmet there, into turn 1. DRS activated up to 4th, in the 5th now. Down is the turn 2 corner. So ironically, he's going in 2nd gear there. A lot of people stayed in 3rd, but he wants the extra rotation. Now he's approaching a McLaren ahead. Slow McLaren, hopefully that's Joe Hollis or Louis moving out of the way. And they do. Jack keeps it under control, doesn't let it get to him. Keeps within track limits now, into the chicane, then he comes. Nice and tidy, hits the... Oh! It looked like he was going then, but he keeps it under control. Now in the S section, now he's really picking up some speed. Jack Yates down, into the fast left. Got to get set up for the fast right perfectly. Goes to 6th gear, lifts a bit just to make the corner. He's now coming to the 2nd sector, 52.9. Don't know if that's good or not, as he's now coming up to the final 2 corners now. Got to get these nice tidy, a bit of a lock up there. Don't know if that was a Codemaster lock up or him locking up. As he's now into the final corner, got to get it right. Got to get a nice tidy entry and exit. Here he comes then, Jack Yates now, activates DRS down to the line, and he does a 1:14.4, goes 6th quickest at the moment. He will be kind of happy with that. He knows he can easily improve. As we're going to go on board with Can right now, who's currently finishing off his flying lap on the medium tyre, as he hasn't set up yet, so he wants to see what he can do on the mediums, but he needs to help his team out this season. As Kevin sets a new faster start, 1:13 flat. Could we see a 12 be happening, as we didn't see that in the F1 pace? And Can then goes into 10th with a 15.2, just ahead of Energy Zeus, who did a 19.5 obviously with his banker, as that is Lewis, I believe, on an outlap. It is Lewis is on an outlap then. Paco Suarez currently on the lap. Oh, really struggling on with the rear end there through turn 1. Got an issue, it looks like, with the setup probably. He has been struggling all day and getting really furious with the car. Hopefully Paco can keep it under control on his next flying attempt, as he's not on a lap. As we'll go on board with Eric then, who's just finished the lap, moves into second place, a 13.255. Good lap indeed there from Eric. It's good to see his pace approaching back what it used to be, as that's Fleddy just behind him, who's begun his flying lap. Hopefully Eric doesn't block him. Activate DRS. Is this slipstream a tactic, or no? It's not. It's just him moving out of the way then. So Fleddy then, the next Ferrari, currently in 4th place. Big gap between him and Eric right now. At least 4 tenths. As Fleddy then moves up into the first sector, currently 500 up on his time. As the Williams there goes off with the Ferrari moving out of the way as well. Fleddy then, nice and tidy then, he's up on his first sector. Ooh, rear end kicks out a little bit, but keeps under control. As I go through the TV pod view, through the S section, you can just hear how loud that Ferrari engine is. Really picking up some speed now, through the fast right, he holds it in 6, doesn't really lift up like Jack Yates did. So maybe he's a lot comfortable in sector. As you can see there, almost 2.5 tenths up in improvement in sector 2 right now. Will Fleddy then take a better qualifying position? Is he looking for second place? Really picking up the pace now. Final corner. That's all it's got to be. The final corner. Get it nice and tidy. Coming to the line. Will it be a 13 flat? 13 flat. Just missed out on Eric there. Stays in 4th, but very close to top 4 now. As Lewis is on the flying lap right now, actually, as we speak. Currently in the S section. Almost 4 tenths improvement right now. So it would have been a mid-14 if he left it like this. But he needs to find a lot more time, as he's found 1.3 seconds up. So that would be a 13.7. So he's looking for a good lap. Just needs to find a bit more improvement. Kevin's got to watch out for this. He needs to outscore him today for the championship to go on another round. Lewis then, coming to the line. And that is a 13.398. Goes into 5th place. Don't know if he will be happy with that. He knows he can find a lot more improvement. He is looking for pole. Then we'll go on board with Sean O'Sullivan right now, who's actually invalidated. His best lap time at the moment is a 25 flat. So he will peel into pits and hopefully get another lap under his belt. As we go on board with Energy Zeus, currently on a lap. 3 tenths down, and that's an invalidation. A lot of people struggling with the fast right under there. Anybody else on an actual lap? What about Louis? Nope, Louis is out of fuel. So that means nobody's really on a lap. What about Mr. Sohaug? Is he ahead on an out lap? He is. Sandra then will be next to begin a flying lap with 5 minutes and 26 seconds remaining of the session. Will Sandra Sohaug be able to climb out of 16th place and be up to top 5? I have seen him do a 13.3 as he's cooling off his tyres, preparing for his flying lap. Round the final corner he goes then. Picks up the speed, DRS activated, down the straight he goes as he begins his flying lap. With 5 minutes remaining of the session, could probably do another as Paco Suarez there in the background as well, who will keep an eye out, who's also on a lap right now. So Suarez into turn 1, into 3rd, doesn't really short shift, moves up the 4th now, decent exit there, doesn't really lose the rear end or anything. Nice side now through turn 2, into 2nd, short shift to 4th, gets better exit there altogether than I've seen than anybody else. Sandra then into sector 1, what's his sector going to be? It's going to be a 26.2, similar to Kevin's pace from earlier on, as he keeps it within track limits there, as he's been struggling all weekend round trying to focus on that corner. Stays on the X-curve a bit too long probably, costs him a bit of time. Through the chicane, doesn't go to 4th, holds it in 3rd, into the S section now. Really picking up some speed. Will Sandra be able to improve, or will he bottle? Keeps it within track limits this time, doesn't make a mistake. Into the right-hander. Stays in 3rd, the only person I've seen in 3rd at the moment. Doesn't short shift to 4th. Oh, big lock up there on the left side of the car. That's probably going to cost him at least a 10th. But he's now come around the final corner. As we'll go on board with Paco Suarez very soon. But here comes Sandra Sohaug. What time will it be? And it's a 13.4. 6.4. And what has happened to Paco Suarez? He's reversing off track. I think he tried to enter the pits, but he completely missed it. Unlucky there for Paco. But Sandra Sohaug into 6th place with 13.4. Good lap indeed. As everybody else is on an out lap. which is Joe Hollis, and everybody else is actually in the pits, except Joe Hollis and Sondre, who's finished his lap, and Joe Hollis, who's about to begin his last qualifying attempt, as we have 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining of this session, as we see an AlphaTauri leaving the pit lane. We also see a possible racing point as well, unless that's Paco peeling into the pits. As here comes Joe Hollis then. He begins his flying lap. DRS active. Down the straight he goes. Here he comes then into turn 1. Stays in second like a lot of other people. Doesn't short shift at all, just gradually goes up the gears then. That's probably going to lose at least a tenth compared to the other people. Takes it a bit of wide entry through turn 2. Tries to keep it under control. Is he going to be anywhere close to Sondre's 26.2 in sector 1? And no, he's 2 tenths down off that, but he's 3 tenths up on his time right now, which is a 14 flat. So we could see a 13 from Joe Hollis right now if he nails the lap. Let's see what Joe Hollis then can do in sector 2 as we have yellows. That is a Renault going slowly through sector 1. Holds it in 4th gear on the left-hander. Now into the right. And Hungary is a hard place to overtake around here. So good qualifying is essential. As here comes Joe Hollis then down the grid. In 8th place. Will he be able to improve? Into the hairpin corner he goes now. Ooh, rear end kicks out a little bit there from the McLaren. Round the final corner. Holds it in 3rd there. That's probably going to cost him a bit of time. Into 4th now. Down the straight. And it's a 13.4. That only moves him up 1 position. But just look how close the top 7 are. Really close indeed. And actually saying that, the top 8, all in the 13s. It's a good lap there from Joe then. So just moved to 7th. He could easily find more time, but he just knows how close this grid is. As we'll go on board with the other McLaren. Louis Quinlan right now on a flyer. Currently in 11th place with a 14.6. As Lewis has not gone out of the pit lane yet. So I am seeing him leaving the pit lane. Is that Lewis though? Ooh, rear end kicks out there from Louis. And it is Lewis. Lewis is out at the pits and he's getting a bit of slipstream off Joe Hollis. Joe Hollis does need to move out the way though. That probably distracted Louis. He won't be happy with that if it has. Not really the best place to give slipstream. As Louis then. Ooh, another lock up there. Through the chicane. Keeps the control. As he's struggling up with the gears there. I don't know if he's having an engine glitch or gearbox glitch on the game. As it's going up the gears quite fast. Yellows again in sector 2. That's a Ferrari just moving out the way for people. Joe Hollis is not doing a lap. He will be pitting. As Lou then will be finishing off this result. As there's Matthew saying hi to Alpha and hello Alpha. Lou then into 11th then. Will he find more time? Round the final corner now he's going. Will he take a better result? Will he get in the top 10? DRS active. And it's a 14.4. Goes 10th place currently. Only 1 position improvement, just like Joe Hollis. Sean O'Sullivan is next up on a lap, I believe. That's actually a Renault Sassy Pickle. Who's on a lap now? Who's actually finishing a lap? I don't know, I think that might be Kevin, to be honest. Oh, Kevin's invalidated. His pole position could be under threat. However, though, we will go back on board with Sean O'Sullivan. Currently in sector 2, as Kevin has retired on track. Isn't really allowed as long as it doesn't affect anybody. As I couldn't see Sean's delta time there. As he's now in 15th. As he's improving. DRS active to the line, and that's a 10.9 second improvement. 9th place, 14.1. That puts Louis back into 11th. Now, the big question is, what about Lewis? He's currently in sector 2, 300s up on his time. Will he be able to get close to Kevin, or even take the position from him, pole position, what he wants and what he would like to take the championship today? Take the pole and take the win. That's what he wants. As Louis then into the hairpin corner now he goes. Will he find more time? I hope he does as well. Hopefully Kevin has a good shout as well. Eric's just moved up, or someone, Saspickle's moved to 5th place. Lewis moves to 2nd. That is closer. What he needs. Kevin's pole is safe at the moment. But what about Eric? He's currently 8 thousandths down on his PB apparently. As he's coming to the line. And he takes pole position. A 13 flat 0.51. Very close to top 3 then. Eric then, finally, back on the pole step. As Sandra Sohaug currently in 7th place. He's completely bottled his lap, as he's off the pace completely. As he's not even going to finish that lap. Both Red Bulls not having the best quality result today. Langfeld in 14th. And Sandra Sohaug in 7th. What about Can then? Can runs extremely wide, and that's his lap over. Well then, we'll go on board with Eric then, as he is on pole today. As we just wait for RJD to retire from session. Well then, here is your official qualifying results. Eric then, in first place with a 13.051. Look how close, almost 300ths there compared to Kevin. Lewis there, a tenth and a bit off in third place, but good qualifying position for the championship. Very close to Kevin Harrison. Lee Kelly in 4th, Fleddy 5th, Sassy Pickle in 6th, the Ballhog in 7th. Paco Suarez in 8th, Joe Hollis 9th, Jack Yates, a better qualifying from him in 10th, Sean O'Sullivan in 11th, RJD in 12th, Louis Quinlan just missed out in the top 10 in 13th, Langfeld disappointing in 14th there. Could easily get a better position. Energy in 15th, Can 16th, Ninja as Nathan rounds up in 17th with no qualifying time. Well done, the race results. Not race results, the qualifying results are done. We're in for the race. As the race then looks very clear, no wet weather conditions like FP had. But right now, all the eyes are on Lewis and Kevin today. Who is going to win this championship? Will Kevin have a bit of luck and score 7 points today over Lewis and make the championship round last the final round? Or will Lewis, with his skill and strategy, be able to destroy Kevin Harrison today and take the championship? Only time will tell, as we have 10 seconds remaining. Or people change probably the front wings or race strategies or fuel loads, and then we'll get on with the race. Remember, the gap point is to Kevin and Lewis is 23 points. Lewis only has to score a couple of points. As Eric then already revving up his engine, ready to get ready. Down the grid he goes then on the formation lap as we begin, and he's taking it very slowly. Already weaving. I won't really weave on your soft tyres because you don't really want to get them too hot, and you don't really want to wear the tyre wear around here, so it's a one-stop. As we'll bring everything up then. Well, obviously the top 10 are staying the same with tyres. Sean Sullivan has gone on medium tyres then in 11th. RJD in 12th on medium tyres as well, with Louis in 13th on mediums as well, with Langfeld then is the only person in this current grid on hard tyres. Then that means he's doing hard to soft or hard or medium, which could be quicker. And Jesus is in 15th place, with Can in 16th and Nathan in 17th. Decided not to qualify, and he has to get a good result today to keep the constructors alive. As remember, that's got a 14-point gap, and the maximum points you can score in a race is 43 with the team. Or 44 actually, so they're pretty safe, I think, with the constructors for the final round. But if Kevin and Nathan don't score points today, or score not many, it's going to be very impossible to win the Constructors' Championship in Abu Dhabi. As then we go back on board with Eric then, the pole sitter in quali. Here is the predicted stop strategy for him. A soft and hard stint, lap 8 to 10, is roughly when you start to pit for the hard tyres. But if you want to do a 2-stop, you need clean air, and it is quicker if you can get clean air. Or then, I'll get ready for the grid to start. Just make sure all the settings are correct. Who is going to win? The prediction for me will be Lewis on pole, Kevin Harrison second, Eric in third, and Sassy Pickle in fourth. And does anybody have any bets on Sandra Sohaug getting disqualified today? I think he'll be pretty safe in 6th place then for him. I think he'll get, as we wait for the rest of the grid to line up. and we'll get ready for the start of the race. So 5 red lights on, and now they're out. As usual, we get a big hold, a very big hold. Can we get started? In 3, 2, 1, and the lights are out. And they're out now for the drivers, and Kevin Harrison then gets an okay start compared to Eric. Lewis gets an average start, but Eric then is in jeopardy of losing pole position in turn 1. We're getting a bit of frame drop here as we see 3 wide there between the Haas drivers of Paco Suarez going down the grid as we move down. Hopefully there's no contact or malice between them. As we're going 4 wide here, as we can see now. Sean O'Sullivan trying to sneak in the inside of Paco as we're going 4 wide now into turn 2. Oh, that was Jack Yates getting shoved off there. I think that was a bit silly from Jack putting his car there as he saw it was 4 wide. And he's getting very aggressive now as Paco Suarez then dropped to 11th, and Mr. Sohaug in the 5th place. Good start from Mr. Sohaug. Now Eric has kept his word ahead of Kevin, and that's what he needed to do as Paco Suarez is battling now with Louis Quinlan. In the chicane, Louis Quinlan's possibly going for a dive, and he sent it, and he's round. Oh no, that's ended in tears there for Louis, and that was a bit optimistic trying to make a move into that chicane, especially on lap 1. As that did can wing damage though, it's got to be a C, and to be honest, that was completely Louis' fault. He just went straight into him. No wing damage I can see from the pair. However though, Jack Yates has got wing damage. He needs to pit and get the hards on and try and take them to the end. So back on board with Kevin Harrison now. He's doing what he needs to do in 2nd place, just ahead of Louis. And the VSC should be green now as we go green, green, green. And Lee Kelly now trying to fight in the background as Sandra Sog is not that far off either. Ferrari's there. One of the Ferraris who had a great start in 1st place, and the other, Fleddy, in 6th. As Langfeld in the pits then, so that hard tyre strategy didn't work to plan, so he must have got wing damage. There's a lot of cars in, especially Nathan. This is crucial for the constructors, as Kant could easily score points today. Stay on board with Lee Kelly. He's the closest one to Lewis right now. Lewis runs wide a bit there with the dirty airs. We can see Paco now fighting with Can as he's still gone completely off. Can's going a bit aggressive now. Oh, Paco's hit him. What's going on between them two? Something did kick off there. I don't know if that was deliberate to try and hit him off, but something has kicked off, and hopefully that does get investigated by the stewards as we're now going to move on board with Kevin Harrison now back into 2nd place, trying to catch up on Eric. Use a bit of his ERS as Eric's roughly used the same amount, but right now these two are trying to pull away from Lewis right now in 3rd place. As DRS will be activated this lap. Kevin sets a new fastest lap, trying to catch up on 1st place. This is what he needs to do to bring the points back in his favour. Basically trying to do what Lewis did to him in Mexico. He gets 1st and Lewis gets 3rd instead of the other way around of Lewis taking 1st and Kevin taking 3rd. But Lewis could be playing the mind game here. He's a bit low on fuel, probably going to be better on tyre wear, but may decide to do the undercut strategy, which could be quicker and could easily win him the race. But right now though, he has to keep an eye on Lee Kelly. Lee Kelly is all over him like a rash right now for 3rd place. Paco Suarez in the pit lane, serving that wing damage. Oh, Lee's gone off. Lee is round and he's losing time and positions. He drops to 7th now, and he could easily lose 8th place by Sassy Pickle. Back on board with Kevin, fighting for 1st place right now. Sandra Soag, there's the ball. Haug, he's picking up penalties. A 3-second added to his time for the end of the race. That's not what he needs if he wants to get a good result today. Could see a podium on the cards. As Kevin then is really picking up the pace now. He knows he needs this 1st place to have a hope to have the championship in the final round. But right now as it is, the championship isn't looking bright. Lewis is in 3rd. Kevin's looking for a possible dive, looks on the inside, just to let him know that he's there in the mirrors as we're on board with Eric right now on the rear end and see how much time Kevin gains in sector 2. As we can see a fight now between 10th place, Energy and Can fighting off in the background at turn 1. Kevin now staying with him. We're going to board with Lewis's ERS management. He's used a lot more ERS, but he's losing time. Maybe it is an option to maybe make the undercut strategy in the next couple of laps, probably lap 7 to go on hards. As Kevin is really struggling to keep with Eric in Sector 2. And this gives me flashbacks of Season 6 IRL F2 between Eric and Kevin, fighting for the win. Sandra Soar currently right now under threat for 5th place by Fleddy in the other Ferrari. So Sandra maybe not looking for a podium as it is. Joe Hollis now picks up a 3-second time penalty. So Sandra isn't alone on penalties now. Lewis has come back now, but we're going to go on Kevin. Will Kevin be able to make the overtake with DRS now? Or will Eric block him? As we see a nice camera angle there through the cars, going down the final corner. But here comes Kevin Harrison. He's looking to try and send it possibly on the inside. Eric holds the inside line and keeps the lead at the moment, and he's safe at the moment. It's Ninja. As Nathan picks a 3-second time penalty in 15th place. Not looking close to points as Kevin would like him to be. But right now, Kevin is trying all he can do. That's Spingle picks a 3-second time penalty now. A lot of people picking pens. As the grid is getting a lot closer now to Eric's position, so maybe Eric's tyres are starting to fall off a little bit now with all that pushing he's been doing. He's on 24% ERS. He's got an issue then with his ERS management, because right now he's got Kevin, who's hungry for first place with 50% ERS. He knows he can take the win today. Just ended Sector 2 now, into Sector 3. He needs to get a good exit, but he has to watch out for Lewis as well. Oh, and his dude's picked up a 3-second. Anyone pitting? Nope, no one pitting this lap. That's Sandra Soar going off there. We'll keep an eye on Sandra if he's under threat by the Ferrari. Kevin stays back. We'll keep an eye further behind as well. Sassy Pickle right now is looking like a moving Joe Hollis. No, everybody else is good. Kevin getting close. Paco picks up a 3-second. Let's have a look at the fastest lap currently. It is held by Kevin, 17.7. Ooh, looked like Kevin was trying to go for the move then. That looked very close. Could have ended tears. Is he going to go for a dive into the chicane? It ended in tears for Louis. He doesn't do it though. Eric is just parking a bus now. He's making all these lot lose time to the medium runners, which they are a little bit now by Sean. Current gap now 2.1 seconds. Eric is literally parking a bus right now for Kevin. And if Kevin's not careful, Lewis will pounce. Kevin's in. Kevin is in. This is interesting. Will this undercut work? I think it will. Lewis now needs full attack, full power, everything from the Mercedes team. Wants a chance to try and overcut Kevin Harrison right now. And Eric basically just needs to let him through if he wants some luck today. However, we'll go on board with Kevin Harrison and let's see where he leaves the pit lane. In clean air. Completely in clean air. Goes on the hard compounded tyre then. As we have now a four-way fight for the lead. Sandra and Louis are in a Ferrari sandwich right now. Let's have a look to gap then to the leader from Kevin Harrison. Currently 19.4 seconds. At the moment he's already losing a chunk of time. So I think right now Lewis is in trouble. He could lose the lead of the race. Or potential lead. As Langfell's getting caught up in the background now between Jack Yates. We'll keep an eye on that. Will Lewis pit? He's really close to Eric now. Is he pitting? He is. The top three are pitting. Fleddy has to stay out, so Eric's cost his teammate a little bit here. Oh no! Sandra's ploughed into the back of him like a buffoon. What is Sandra playing at? Hopefully that isn't a 5 second to Lewis. But Sandra then needs to pay attention a bit more on his brakes as he has to have a front wing replacement in the end. and that's going to cost him a ton of time. As we're still on board with Lewis now and Eric. Where is Kevin? Kevin is coming down the straight. He is overtaking them, and he has jumped him. Kevin Harrison then into the lead of the race. Lewis in a bit of trouble from Lee Kelly now being in the background. Will Lee get a good exit? Lee now making a move on the inside. Oh, Lewis doesn't get a good exit. Rear end a bit too loose, but he holds it. He's trying to go around the outside, Lee Kelly is. He's probably going to look for the switchback. Can he make it work? No, he's staying on the outside to the inside of turn 3. Lee Kelly shoves Lewis a bit off there. These two are fighting side by side. Is this going to end in tears? No, it doesn't. Lewis then takes back the position and shoves Lee in his place. Lee then drops to 8th. Lewis back into 7th. Lee still isn't finished with him though. Lee's really hungry. He has loads of ERS compared to Lewis. So have lots of chunk of time. 2.5 seconds off Joe Hollis in 11th. Back on board Lewis though. Currently fighting to get closer to Eric. Now, mate, this is going to have to be team tactics here. Kevin needs to gain on Can. Now, Lewis could say to team owners to the Mercedes to just block Kevin, hold him up, and it could work a treat. As Fleddy in the pit lane. He's going to lose a chunk of time. He's probably just going to get out ahead of the Renault, but behind Lee Kelly. Fleddy actually leave the pits. He actually might be able to jump Lewis right now. And he just stays behind. But will he go for a dive? Nope, not at the moment. But right now, this is what Kevin needs for the championship. Currently in 4th place. We'll get 12 points. Louis in 6th will only get 8. That'll be a 4-point difference. It's not a lot of points, but it's points which will be essential for the Drivers' Championship if he has a chance to win it in the final round. There's another close battle further down the grid for 12th place. Currently Langfeld is parking a bus right now. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Lewis is really low on fuel. Right now though, there's a battle for the lead right now actually. Sean O'Sullivan is getting caught by Energy Zeus. Let's go on board with Jack Yates right now. Currently under threat by the other AlphaTauri. And it's both AlphaTauris under threat. Sorry, both AlphaTauris on attack on the Haas drivers today. And Jack Yates is in trouble. Oh, JD, going for a dive. Thought about it. Sticks behind. He knows he's a lot quicker. Kevin then trying to catch back up with Jack Yates. Ooh, really struggling there, RJD. Really with the rear end there. And that's cost him time. And Paco isn't that far. Well, back to the battle for the lead of the race. Energy Zeus looks like he's making a move. No overtake yet from these guys. Kevin is in a good position though. 4th place right now. Pulling away. Catch it no one can. 5.3 seconds. I'll tell you one thing though, Lewis would love 5th place and only let Kevin gain 2 points in the championship. Because if he only gains 2 points, he's got a very high chance we see Sandra Sorg and Joe Hollis. Has that Joe Hollis gone off? Joe Hollis is off there through the fast right-hander. Looks like he must have touched the curb, and I told you in quali he was having issues with that all practice times he did. And on the hards, them overheating isn't really the best. You need to cool them down as soon as you can to start gaining that time you lost to Sondra Sohaug, who's currently in 10th place. Fastest laps now by Seth Pickle, 1:17.622. Louis under threat now. Fleddy trying to make a move on him. Oh, Fleddy not getting a good exit though. Lee Kelly isn't that far off. As Jackie H just lost the position, drops to 14th. As Houston has lost time to Sean though, 1.6 seconds. As a Pickle, 3-second penalty. That's 6 seconds now. And he's in the window, Sondre. If Sondre had no pens, of course. As it looks like Eric is slowly catching back up on Kevin there, look like. As we have yellows, that is an Alfa Romeo. It ain't Kevin, it's Ninja. Ninja has gone off in sector 2, and it looks like his gear shifter is completely broke. No wing damage or anything. He'd be disappointed with that. Fleddy still isn't on the advantage. He has DRS, he has plenty more ERS, and he's losing time. Kevin now 2.9 seconds off Can. And Nathan's retired. Kevin won't be happy with that, because now again he'll be carrying the most points for the team. That's a shame there for Ninja. He's out. Fleddy though, really close to Lewis. Fleddy then, looking for another attack run. He's gaining this time, he's using all his overtake, he needs to send it. And he's sending it. It moves into 6th place. Louis still there. They're fighting side by side. And that's Lewis then. Dropped to position. Now in 7th. Fleddy in 6th. Now got to watch out for Lee K. Now going on the inside. Lee's there. Squeezed him a little bit. Hopefully there's no malice between them two. Hopefully no contact, no wing damage. No, that looks good. Lee K then was a bit aggressive there through turn 3. Right now though, closest gap we have at the moment. Actually that's a lie. LJD is actually quite close to Langfeld. We'll keep an eye on that again. Lewis has an issue then. He might not have a good setup at all. Because right now he's losing time to Lee, and he could lose another position to Sassy Pip. This is great news for Kevin. Kevin's 4th place right now, going to get 12 points. At the moment, Lewis is only going to get 4. That's an 8-point gap. And Kevin has just caught up with Can. Not close enough at the moment. Keep an eye out. RJD, no attempt to overtake yet, but he is losing a bit of time. He could get Joe Hollis if he plays his cards right. So going back on board with Kevin Harrison, currently fighting with Can. And that is now letting Eric slowly catch up. Pit lane for these guys will be very soon, though. Kevin is looking for a good result. Trying to go around the outside. Trying to get the switchback now. Can in the pits. Kevin may just have been saved from Eric. Lewis right now just has no pace on these hards. Langfeld in the pits then for his scheduled stop. First pickle then, still got to watch out. And Zeus though, starting to catch back up on Sean. There's yellows. That is Joe Hollis. One more to Louis Quinlan right now. Let's see what happened. That's a VSC. And Joe just looks like he's binned it out of the chicane. And look who this has saved. Sean O'Sullivan. Sean in the pits. Didn't get a good result yet with the pit stop. Tell you what, it hasn't saved. It hasn't saved Kevin. Kevin now in second place. What's a bit of speeding time? It's Kevin Anderson then in second with a 2.6 second gap to Energy Zeus, 2 second gap to Eric. He's actually now caught back up on Eric, now 1.1 seconds. Sean then in ninth. Joe just said he lost control of his car. That is unfortunate there for Joe then. He is out. That is the second retirement of the race. 15 drivers remaining. It sounds like someone's dragging their floor as you're around this track. And it sounds like it's coming from Louis' car. Right now he's under threat by Sassy Pickle now in 7th place. And Sassy Pickle is like a rocket ship. Dives it into turn 1. Louis sees this, goes for the opportunity switch. He's saved plenty of ERS now. I do not like that noise while that car's giving off. Kevin, 18 points. 7-point gap for the moment. So he would decrease that to 12 points for the next round if it finished like this. Energy Zeus has taken a long stint on these mediums. Maybe he's deciding there could be a safety car or even a medium to soft strap. Frankfeld picks up a 3-second time penalty in 13th. Nothing really happening right now. Is our track to pass, of course, but right now though, Mercedes will be getting the most points, even though both drivers are in the points at the moment. Can currently in 10th place, so he doesn't score points. Lewis would score 7 points. Who's got fastest lap? Sassy Pickle. 7 points. And Kevin's probably going to get 25, but at the moment he's on 18. And hello, Ferrari's 3rd and 4th. Drop on Paco Suarez right now, he's right on the back of Langfeld for 13th place. Lap 20 out of 35, plenty of laps to go. Parker then, looking to make a move. He's sending it on the inside, down the straight. Gives him plenty of space. Brakes. A bit late there. Langford gets the switch back, but doesn't get a good enough exit to an attempt of a dive. With Parker getting the extra bit of DRS. I'm guessing Kevin has that. Lewis has got 60%, so he's got a bit of ERS to play with. He's just not using it yet. And he's losing time at some points as he's finally pits. And he's lost a ton of time to Sean, who he was battling with. Sean is in 9th place currently right now. He's moving up to 8th. That means can move up a position probably. As Zeus then is leaving this pit box. Lewis then in 6th place. He knows now that he needs to get Sassy Pickle. There's Lee Kerr then. Still in 4th, trying to catch up with Flady right now. So I'm gaining a little bit of time now, 3.7 seconds in 7th place. As Pickle makes the 2nd pit stop, and that's now moves Lewis then into 5th. What he needs now, he's only going to lose 15 points as we speak. So Sog moves into 6th place now. Now Lewis needs to decide either use a bit more ERS and attack, use his tyre wear to catch Leo Fleddy, or hopefully pray these guys to either crash or get punches. Lee Kelly trying to catch up with Fleddy in 3rd place. He is gaining. Lost time there though, probably because of the but he gains it back on the exit. Lee has the advantage. He has the DRS and ERS. He has plenty of overtake. He could just easily get past these guys. And Lee is attacking. He is going on the outside. Very interesting. Goes on the grass. Oh, that could have unsettled his car completely in the braking zone, but luckily he gets off it and moves into 3rd position. Look at the 2nd now, and he could easily get the win of this race the way he's pushing, as long as he doesn't pick up another penalty, and just prays that Kevin picks up a penalty. Scratch that. Lee Kelly got 6 seconds worth of penalties because of Chronicle. I already thought he had 3. Well, Lee could actually be in jeopardy from Lewis right now. The gap isn't that big, so Lewis could actually not lose that much points. This gap's 4.8. Maybe that's why Lee's been pushing a little bit. We're trying to increase the gap. Right now, the current gap is 4.8 between Lewis and Fleddy. Around about 5.4 to 5.5 seconds between Lee and Lewis. As we don't really have a battle between these guys anymore, so we're going to move on to the fight for 13th. Actually, Energy Zeus hasn't even lost that much time compared to the VSC. I thought he would have lost a ton of time to Sean. You're gaining on Sondre though. Sondre within 3 seconds. Lee sets a new fastest lap, 17.5 on hard tyres. Anyone close to doing that on PBs? No. Kevin Harrison's doing 17.7s, but nowhere near 17.5s. But I'm guessing Sassy Pickle will beat that lap quite quickly. Everyone has made a pit stop, so no one will have to make another pit stop in the end of this race. As Energy Zeus has got past Sean. Did miss that. Lee Kelly now is in the sights of Eric. Sonny's picked up another time penalty now. Lewis is now in 5.4. He's out of Lee's window, so he needs to hope that he can gain back in that window as soon as possible. Line for them. Jack Yates. Jack Yates making the move on the inside into turn 1. Louis Quinlan sets a new fast lap, a 17 flat on medium tyres. Sassy Pickle to 17.3. Not good enough. Lanco then in 14th now as Jack Yates moves to 13th. Back the battle for the lead. Well, not the lead, but second place at the moment between Eric and Lee Kelly. Kevin Harrison's been caught a bit now, 1.3 seconds the gap is. Lee Kelly is on a mission. Lap 25 out of 35. Plenty of laps remaining for Lee to have a chance of trying to win this race. Oh, Lewis is out of Lee's window, unless Lee's got another penalty I don't know about. Not yet. Gap between Lee and Flay though. 1.3. Gap between Eric and Lee now, 5 tenths. Can picked up a 3 second time penalty in 9th. Currently getting charged by Sassy Pickle actually. We keep on that. As Eric though got a bit of tyre issues right now. Like on 18 lap tyres, they're not going to be the best. Although Lee Kelly is finding some pace in them. See Jack Yates now 3 tenths between him and Paco, so we have a 3-car fight now for 12th position. As Jack Yates then going for the overtake. Paco is defending. Langfell isn't that far off. Will he be going for an attempt? Oh, Paco Suarez being smart. Goes for the attempt. Goes on the inside. Jack squeezes him. Bit of love loss. Oh, Paco almost hits Langfell. And that could have ended in tears if that was a crash. Langfell then moves into 13th. Jack 12th. Paco loses 2 position. It drops to 14th position now. And if he wants to try and make a move, he needs to save his ERS. Although back to the battle for 2nd position. Gap is under a second. Gap between Eric and Kane, 1.1. Gap between Lewis and Flea, 6 seconds as we have yellows. Is that Paco Suarez? It is Paco. Paco is off. So it looks like he's just lost control of the car. Front wing damage, and that isn't good for Paco Suarez. And that's harsh. You know, shooting when he's down, gets another 3 seconds. Eric though using a ton of ERS. Same with Kevin. Kevin hasn't got that much either. And he's been caught. I think Eric and Kevin have probable tyre issues. Lewis on 76%. Yellow's in sector 3. Paco's just binned it out of... Will this cause a safety car? I hope it doesn't. It's pretty safe, but you know what this game's like. No safety car at the moment. No safety car at all. So this then has almost, well over 70% ERS. And these guys have beset Lee is the only person in this train who has decent ERS usage. Langfeld picks up 3 seconds. I don't check that, Grant, but because they're championship, I will. Kevin then, currently on 2 warnings. That could be collision warnings though as well. Just keep that in effect. I want to see how many fled he's on actually as well. He had 2 warnings, so I'm guessing that's collision warning and a warning. So he's also on his final one. What about Lewis? 2 warnings. Yeah, it's basically the same as Kevin right now. Lee may be looking for another pen. Oh, well, back to the live action. The battle for the lead is heating up now. Gap is under a second between Eric and Kevin now, 9 tenths. It's on lap 28 out of 35. Let's have a look on Kevin's tyres at the moment to see how they're doing if we have to red butcher them. Which is disgusting, but I see some blistering on his left front. If these three start fighting, that will slow them down. And what penalties are like? For Eric's got 3 seconds. If Eric got 6 seconds and Freddie and Lewis caught up, that would put Lewis in 3rd. And then he'd only lose 10 points. Instead of what he is going to lose. Right now he's losing 15, so he's getting 5 points back. Could gain 6 if he gets fastest lap. I don't know about that yet, as the fast lap is currently held by Louis Quinlan in 14th with 17 flat. Lee Kelly though is gaining. You just hear Kevin's car just dying with those gears. Eric is gaining even more now. Down the straight he goes. 6 tenths. Lap 30. 6 laps remaining. Lee Kelly, 9 seconds. Lee Kelly has 9 seconds worth of pens. Right now, Lewis is looking for 4th. But Eric isn't giving up. Eric is in attacking position right now. He can get Kevin 5 tenths. Gap is closing. Kevin is in trouble. As you now realise, getting those 2 warnings earlier on with the tyre wear kicking in, he's in jeopardy of getting a pen. Tassie Pickle picks up a 3 second time penalty, which could have saved Can, I believe. That gearbox or engine or that glitch is doing me in for Kevin. There's no spectating Kevin for a bit. Eric though, 6/10 of a second. 4/10 now, the closest he's ever been. Lewis says he's going to shout at Kevin for not staying up that curb. Oh, Eric then made a mistake there. Probably going to lose him a 10th at least. But Eric is gaining. You can just see Eric is hungry even with that penalty. He knows he has a chance of finishing the race first. But with penalties it will probably switch it over. Sandra's gaining on Louis though, 1.4 seconds as we speak, but he has penalties. Let's have a look at Bottle's penalties. He has 9 seconds worth. Energy 2's just picked up a penalty now. And Sandra has 6 seconds. Now how long tyres can go around here? I think at least 26 laps, so I think they are safe to go to the end, but I don't know, I may see a blowout. Maybe that's why Lewis has backed off completely. Now gap 6.7 seconds from Fleddy. He's in jeopardy of losing the position. Eric rides that curb, goes off there a bit. Probably got a warning. And Lee Kelly's now fighting back. Lap 32, Soja picks up another penalty. 9 seconds now he has. Gap stabilised now between Louis and Fleddy, 6.7. Eric is really close. They're both on the same ERS usage. Then Eric just uses it down the straight just to try and gain a little bit. Lee isn't that far. Lap 33 out of 35, not that many laps remaining. Will the tyres make it? Let's have a look at Eric's. Eric's got a few blisters, they're probably at least 60%. Eric is literally just following Kevin right now. He knows he can make this move. But he is running out of time if he wants to make it. Lee though isn't that far off either. Won't count him out. Louis Quinlan has left the session, so he's lagged out. But he's finished within the 90% rule, so wherever his car finished will count. So that's a Pickles retired from the session. That's him out. In 10th place, DNF. Too late for a safety car or anything now. And Lee Kelly. Is he close enough for Eric? Not at the moment. He has rejoined. Hopefully he can take control back of his car before he gets overtaken by Langfeld. Lap 34 out of 35 of this race. Kevin still leads with Eric in second, Lee Kelly third and Fleddy in 4th place. He's looking for a decent second. Right now though, Lewis is looking for a decent 4th. Unless Eric picks up another pen. So I think Eric is safe for 3rd. They're about to get the final lap of the race. he's lagged out again. He's in the pits. And Kevin Harrison then begins the final lap of the Hungarian race in the F2 tier. Lee Kelly now realises he needs to make this overtake if he wants to try and have a glimpse of hope to hold 4th place. Fleddy is in attack. 9/10 of a second, not that far off. Will one of these crack under the pressure through turn 4? Look how close the top 3 are now. Through turn 4 they go. Will any one of them bottle? No, but Lee Kelly gets a good run. Oh, he has to avoid lift off completely on that curb. Through the S section they go. Lee Kelly's rear end's a bit loose now. Probably picks up another warning there. Kevin Harrison holds his own and he looks like he's going to take the win. Alexander Sohaug is on his 12-second penalty. That's Kevin then. Round the final corner. Coming to the line to take the win in Hungary. Eric takes 2nd, Lee in 3rd. Will he hold it though? As Fleddy moves to 2nd, Eric now 3rd, Lee 4th. Lewis moves to 4th, so he doesn't lose as much points as he would have. Lee in 5th, Sondre Sohaug will finish in 6th, Energy 7th, Sean O'Sullivan. He had 11-second gap. Will he somehow overtake Sondre Sohaug? Gap, 11.1 seconds. No, he doesn't. Can then rounds off the grid in 9th place. And RJD will be rounding off in 10th. He has the gap, has no penalties or anything. And he can just chill home, relax and bring the AlphaTauri home for a double point finish for the AlphaTauri team. And Jack Yates and Langfeld will be the final guys to cross the finish line. Well then, the top man on the podium today is Kevin Harrison, saying number 1 to the world there. He takes the win. Didn't take pole in quali. Eric was there to threaten him today then. Eric has brung his pace back into 3rd place with the Dutch driver in 2nd and the other 4, I forgot his PSN name. Good result for him in 2nd. And a great result for Kevin there, but Louis gets 4th. He don't lose that much point as he would have lost. But the final round then for the championship will go for both championships. Kevin Harrison then takes the win with Fleddy in 2nd, Eric in 3rd. Lewis then finishes in 4th then, losing the position from the start of the grid. Lee Kelly in 5th. Sondre Sohaug, decent 6th result. Ennizu 7th, Sean in 8th, Can 9th, RJDW in 10th, Jack Gates 11th, Langfeld in 12th. Louis, who does classify in 13th, with Sassy Pickle also apparently classifying in 14th, but he did DNF. Then we have Paco, Joe Hollis and Nathan all DNF in from today's race. And the fastest lap does go to Louis Quinlan in 13th with a 17th lap. The only person who got close to that was Sondre Sohaug with 17.1. We're not close enough. Well then, we will invite the top 3 then. For some reason I can't invite Eric. What is going on? Well, invite podium interviewers in a second. Just trying to find Eric. Try it again because it's messing up. Kevin has joined. We'll go on board with him soon. But right now we are trying to find Eric on the list. For some reason he is not. Am I misspelling it? Nope. Right, we'll invite Fleddy again, and then if you can, Kevin, can you there is Fleddy. Invite him now. Let me know when you've invited him, and then we'll start off with you.
Doesn't seem to be. Okay, there we go. Wait, no.
It says two. It says 2 underscores apparently. Sir underscore Eric.
No, I mean the new chat.
Oh, no, I don't know. Give me a sec. I'll try it one more time. See. I've already invited Fleddy. Yeah. There we go. Oh, they've been invited then. Hopefully they can join. Good evening, mate. And good evening, Fleddy46. Just to make sure your voice is all on share, right, so the stream can hear you, because some of you guys haven't been on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, always.
Yes.
Okay.
What's just happened to the
That's
stream?
Brian Emers, by the way. Yeah. Jordan. So
Brian.
yeah, I've gone Fleddy.
Yeah.
Alright. So Brian then. Alright then, well, we'll start off with Kevin, and then we'll work our way down then. Well, Kevin, congratulations on first place. It's what you needed for the championship fight, as you were very disappointed in Mexico. And Lewis only finished fourth here. How do you feel for the final round next week?
Confidence. I mean, this race went, in terms of the championship as well, perfectly. Going into the last round, if I have one person between himself and me, and I were to win, then that's it over. So, like, we would be equal on points, but I would win on wins. So, it's obviously really close. I think both of us expected it to go to the last round, and yeah, so feeling confident for the last round, I would say.
Well, that's good to hear then, that you're feeling confident. And with your teammate though, yet again having not a good result and DNFing, I believe, today as well. The constructors, even though you've gained, I think you've actually overtaken the Mercedes team with your points overall. Do you feel that the constructors is going to be very hard to take for the final round, or do you think if Nathan actually gets good quality or stays in the race, do you think you could win it?
He's capable of it, of course. I mean, if you look at the start of the season, he was properly on it. He had a podium in Australia, should have had a second in Russia, so he's capable of it. It just depends really if he's going to be practicing enough. So yeah, it's definitely possible. It's going to be close though.
Well, I do like a close championship in the second tier. Well then, the final question you basically answered. You're looking confident in Abu Dhabi, but where would you like to be? Would you like to be first and Lewis second, or Lewis
Well,
get 0
if I
points?
was first and Lewis was second, he would win, so I would prefer him third.
Right.
So yeah, I would want to win and have someone in between. I mean, looking at this race, there's people who can do it. It's just like if Abu Dhabi's a better track for Lewis, then maybe it might not quite go that way, and I'll have to try and back him up or something. But yeah, it's going to be difficult, but anything is possible.
Okay then. Well, thank you for answering the questions, and congratulations again on first, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah.
Well then, Brian, is it? It's Brian, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well then, congratulations on second place. I think it's your first podium in IRL. How do you feel with the result, and did you feel you could have even got first if you were let a bit more further away battling with Lewis?
Yeah, I think I could have, because my final run in qualifying, I put it in the wall. Don't know if that was on the stream. But yeah, maybe I could have, but second place is still really good.
Well, yeah, obviously it is a good result with you in second place and for the Ferrari team, because I believe you and Eric are full drivers for Ferrari, if I'm correct.
Yeah, there, yeah.
And I used to be part of the team. It's great to see the Ferrari coming back in F2, and great result from both of you today. Well, did you feel the battle with Lee Kelly and Lewis was an interesting fight, good fight, and that, as we did see you guys fighting quite a long time in the race today?
Yes, I actually wanted him to catch up to Aspen, so we maybe lose some time if he did have a penalty or something, that I could go to P1, but yeah, unfortunately that didn't work out. I was not going to fight him that much, to be honest, because he had a penalty anyway. So.
Oh, I like your honesty, and that is true. He did have like 9 seconds worth of penalties, which actually cost him 4th position in the end to Lewis. Well then, the final question I will ask you then is Abu Dhabi next week. How do you feel you're going to do there? Do you feel you're going to get a good result, another podium, or a win this time out?
Well, I will certainly go for the win. But it's not really a confidence track for me, to be honest. So yeah, if I can get a podium, it would be awesome. But some great points are nice too.
Yeah, that's good to hear then. You're looking for some points and a podium possibly. As you said, it isn't. You're not confident at the track, but hopefully you do well at it. I give you some luck, hopefully. And well then, congratulations again on second place, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah, great.
Well then, the final interview then is Eric Salami. You know, I thought I'd never see this day again, as he said the old dog retired. Well then, Eric, third place. Could have been first if you didn't have the penalties or anything like that, but you showed some good pace, the old Eric pace. How do you feel the race went for you?
Actually, very confident race. Car felt very amazing. I did some setup changes like 1 hour before the race started, and everything felt good. A little bit surprised about pole position. The lap itself, it felt kind of shit, but we got pole position anyways. But yeah, about the race, we had similar pace with Kevin, and it is what it is. He won the race. I had a penalty, and P3 in the end.
Oh, I know the finish are very on few words and that, but that was a lot of words and very quickly there.
Yeah.
But no, as you said, yeah, you were surprised in that pole position, and I say you did actually gain a lot of time in that final sector on Kevin, as he was on another run, so he thought his lap was safe in the end when he was advised he slowed down.
Well, yeah, I couldn't really do anything else after that. I couldn't set another lap, so
bottle.
that was kind of it.
But Eric, though, you got second on track, but then penalties moved you to third, of course. I've got to say, you've said you didn't have the pace from season 6 IRL, but I've got to say your pace has come back, and it's actually starting probably to worry Kevin a little bit that you actually may be able to challenge him in the final round.
Yeah, big balls. So the car can't handle my big balls. So let's see what's gonna happen in Abu Dhabi. But I'll do my best. To challenge Kevin, and I'm happy to see Fleddy also in a podium. But yeah, we'll see.
I wouldn't mind him close as long as he's not too close.
Take the win, Eric. Right, just take the win. That's all you need to do.
I need to get more comfortable. I've only had the game for 3.5 weeks, but yeah.
Well, I've got to say, 3.5 weeks, you've gained so much time from when you started, so I've got to give you that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome for that. And where do you think, though, where you will be on Abu Dhabi? Do you think you could get the win, or just a podium, or, as you said, you need more practice and time?
I'm gonna win the race. I'm saying it now.
Oh, confident Finn. Oh, that's what we like to see.
He has some confidence though.
Well then, thank you all for the interviews and congratulations on the position you got, with Kevin winning, Brian second, and Eric third. I almost forgot all your names then. Well, good results from you guys today, and I'll now do the closing out procedure for the F2 stream. Well then, I've been your commentator IRL Nain, or as Jared Fosbury people know me as. If you want to see some more awesome action for the F2 tier, join us next week, same time, Sunday, 4:30, for the final round at Abu Dhabi. And who is going to win this championship? Will it be Eric? Will it be Eric? Will it be Kevin?
Yes, well, Eric,
Kevin and
it's gonna be
Lewis.
Eric.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Eric would love that, but
We'll give Eric a bit of bonus points there.
Next season. Next season.
Next season. Will it be Lewis or will it be Kevin? And then in the constructors, will it be Mercedes or will it be Alfa Romeo? Join in next time to find out. See you guys next time. Goodbye.